I'm Eric Snyder. I'm from April Park, New York. And I started out in the Cub Scout program when I was 5 years old. Like day one of kindergarten, I signed up. Then, we went to the Boy Scout program when I was about 11. And it was about that time when I started figuring out, am I gay? Am I not gay? What am I? And then eventually, in high school, I figured out, okay, I am gay, but I was still in the closet. This is around the time when, people started making a really big deal, like the Boy Scouts have this discriminatory policy, like you can't be gay or bisexual in the Boy Scouts. I never actually had heard about it before then. I didn't think it was a big deal, but then, I was like a sophomore or whatever, and I was like, okay, now I can't come out because I wanted to finish up with the program. I wanted to be done. I wanted to have it and not feel like I was forced out. I wanted to feel like I had completed it. As I grew older and I advanced through the ranks, I got to the point where I had to complete my Eagle Scout project, which is the sort of the capstone of what you do there. But I decided, okay, I'm gonna do something really, really gay. If they're not gonna allow me to do anything that's queer at all, I'm gonna make it really loud in my project. I had a teacher who taught me trig, and he was the best teacher I ever had. And he was gay, and he used to run the GSA at our school before it got dismantled. And I said, hey, I have this project. I want to do something really gay with it. What can I do? And so he referred me to the Pride Center in Albany, near where I live, and that I didn't really know about. I didn't know that existed before. And they were like, hey, we have this basement where we have this youth group in it. I'm like, okay, show me. And it was the dingiest little basement. It was so disturbing to walk down in there. It just had this one dingy little light in the center. I'm like, okay, we can't be here. This is where all the youth meet, and this is where anonymous groups meet, and literally every group in the center meets down here. I'm like, this is not right. They deserve better than this because they're coming out here, they're working, they're trying to make the world better. So I said, okay, that's gonna be my project. I still wasn't out yet, but I still had to come out to my Boy Scout troop and saying that, hey, I'm working on this project. I'm going to be renovating the basement of the Pride Center. You guys can help me or you can't. I don't really care. I think they made their intentions clear when none of them showed up, and we have a massive troop. We had 60 plus kids and all their parents. So when none of them show up, when it's usually considered an obligation to help out other people, I said, okay, I get what you mean. But I can deal with that. I can keep going forward. I kind of schmoozed around. I had to force my friends. I was like, hey, I know you need volunteer hours. You can help me out, right? And yeah. And I told them that there would be food. So a lot of my friends ended up helping, going down to the basement, taking up the tile floors, installing wood, painting the walls, the ceilings, everything, putting in new shades, building shelves. And making it look a lot better. They brought in a contractor to put in new cupboards around the room, so that way it's more a homey environment. So it looked a lot better. We have new lights. That's, I think, was probably the most important thing, is that you can see the entire room when you walk into it. It got approved, provided that everything else, as far as the requirements go, besides the project, I should be an Eagle Scout in a couple months. The Boy Scouting policy has been struck down, but the way it used to be was that gay or bisexual scouts were just not allowed in the organization. I've always wanted to hear about someone who was like me. If there were more stories who are like that, I think it would have been a lot more helpful when I was trying to get through the coming out process and just coming out to myself, really.